Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow.
When a lot of these women come here to hear me speak, that's the first thing they get triggered on. Well, you're getting this support because you're saying what the men want you to say, but it's misogynistic, all of it. And they only agreeing with you because you're misogynistic with them. But you're also not the woman that they would choose to be with. Let's nip that in the bud. First of all, let's talk about the Crimson Cure channel. Have I ever called myself a dating coach? Have I ever told anybody that I was a dating coach and that I'm here to get y'all a man? Thank you, Melanated Aries. No, because I don't do dating coach advice on this channel. This is not what my channel is for. I'm not here to talk about how to finesse a dude and this, that, and the third. I'm not here for that. I call myself a femininity coach. But that don't have a whole lot to do with getting a man or keeping him. And I know that y'all would be confused by that. Well, you talk about relationships on this channel. Yes, I do. But I come here to talk about these things, not to get a hand clap from the men. Because to them, I'm preaching to the choir. This is stuff they've already lived or are living. They don't need me to come preach to them, preach to the choir about experiences that they've already had. It's you that I'm talking to, black woman. I'm not talking to the men. I'm not even talking to them. The reason I'm talking to you is because you're the one out of the loop. You're the one that don't know what's going on. Or you act like you don't know what's going on. You pretend as though you don't know what's happening. The men know what's going on because they're on the receiving end of it. But nobody really calls black women as a group out on the BS that they like to get up to. And if we're going to heal as a group of people, then we got to call it out. Thank you, Mel. So you're so right. Many fall victim to social programming designed to destroy the black family. Exactly. And that's what we really are talking about on the Crimson Cure channel. I'm not a dating or relationship coach. I actually dig deeper because when I talked about the lost cause, that ain't had nothing to do with a man. When I talk about bioculturons, that doesn't have anything to do with a man. When I discuss about the things that this country is going through, that women need to wake up and understand, I'm not talking about getting a man. Y'all gotta come further than that. Y'all gotta start looking deeper than that. Look past your vagina. Ain't nobody always talking about your vagina or mine. And it's too many of y'all spend an inordinate amount of time on channels like mine, channels like Danica, channels like Shalakemia, other channels trying to figure out our kitty miles when that ain't none of your business. Trying to figure out whether or not it's a man in the picture running up miles or not, which ain't none of your business and never has been. The only reason that I ever touch relationships is because we cannot be a community without a family. And we cannot be a family without a relationship. And we cannot have relationships if we don't know how to relate to either ourselves or the men that we trying to have relationships with. And we don't know how to have a relationship nor how to relate if we can't see, understand, and implement and act upon the truth. And we cannot see, understand, accept, or act upon the truth if we're not even willing to listen to any critique. That's how we get to relationships and how men and women interact on my channel. That's why I talk about that. Because black women have engaged too long in activities and mindsets that have ruined the generations that come after. We are set in a destructive path with a destructive biology that produced a destructive culture, and then we implement that destructively through the institution, and it has ruined us. That is why I talk about relationships between black men and black women on this channel. And too many of you refuse to understand that point. This isn't about the validation of men. I don't know these men. The men that come to my channel, the men that come to my chat rooms, that all of this I appreciate them, but I don't know them. I don't know these men personally. I have no window into their life. So I'm not here to get big ups and kudos and hallelujahs from men. If y'all really want to know who I'm so-called pandering to, I'm actually pandering to black women. That's who I'm really pandering to. That's who I'm really catering to. And y'all don't like it because this isn't a place that makes you have these feel-good flower moments. This is a place that brings you out of your comfort zone. Because when I talk about growing in our femininity and embracing it and healing and growing, that healing isn't all flowers and sunshine. And I know that. I'm not here to sell black women a false dream. We got the greater society for that. You already swallowed that fantasy. I'm trying to get you to regurgitate it. Throw it up. Get it out your system so that you can think clearly. This isn't about whether the men find me attractive or not. Because I'm not here to talk to them to try to get them to find me attractive. Thank you, Saint Germain. Women like myself, and dare I place myself in the same vicinity as Sister Shahrazad Ali, we've been ringing the bell for you, not for men. for you because we love you. Because we want to see you doing better. Because we want to see you climb out of the darkness. Because we understand how we got into this place. We understand why you stumbling around in the pit, in the darkness. We know how you got there. And all we doing is extending the rope so you can climb